Welcome back to the Legal Brief, the show where we crush the various legal myths and misinformation surrounding various areas of the gun world. I'm your host, Adam Kraut, and today we're talking about a proposed regulation that would ban bump stocks and make millions of gun owners into felons overnight.
SilencerCo is offering the first ever suppressed muzzleloader since the inception of the NFA. The Maxim 50 is a 50 caliber muzzleloader with a permanently attached sound moderator, able to be purchased without going to a gun store and filling out a 4473. You can even get this thing shipped straight to your door in freedom-loving states. To find out more, check out the link in the video description or head over to SilencerCo.com.
ATF recently published a 55-page notice of proposed rulemaking to amend the regulations under the Gun Control Act, the National Firearms Act, and the Arms Export Control Act. Specifically, ATF is seeking to change the definition of the term machine gun. If you want to know the current definition of a machine gun under the GCA, and it's the same under the NFA, check out the link in the description. The proposed change would add 2 sentences to the end of the current definition. The first sentence states, "For the purposes of this definition, the term automatically, as it modifies, shoots, is designed to shoot, or can be readily restored to shoot, means functioning as the result of a self-acting or self-regulating mechanism that allows the firing of multiple rounds through a single function of the trigger." They go on to define, single function of the trigger means a single pull of the trigger. I'd note that the language specifically states pull of the trigger. The second sentence adds that the term machine gun includes bump stock type devices, and those are devices that allow a semi-automatic firearm to shoot more than one shot with a single pull of the trigger by harnessing the recoil energy of the semi-automatic firearm to which it's affixed so that the trigger resets and continues firing without additional physical manipulation of the trigger by the shooter. Obviously, this proposed definition is causing a lot of concern amongst the gun community. I'm not going to engage in a lengthy analysis of why the definition is wrong or ATF's authority, etc. However, I would note that if this change is enacted, anyone possessing a bump stock after a certain date will either need to destroy it or turn it into ATF, as it's going to be considered contraband and illegal to possess. Essentially, it's an unregistered machine gun at that point. So, ATF is about to retroactively make you a criminal if you own a bump stock. This is obviously a huge problem. I'll be drafting a comment in opposition to the notice, and I hope you all will too. Which brings me to my next point. How do you fight this? I've included a link in the description to both the notice and regulations.gov. Comments in opposition to the notice have to be filed by June 27th, 2018. You can do that electronically over at the link for regulations.gov. A couple of important points. The comment must identify the docket number, which is somewhere here on the screen. It also has to include the agency name. In this case, it's the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. You do have to use your real name and real address. I know, gun owners, real names, real addresses, government, scary, right? ATF has also stated that it will not consider or respond to comments that do not meet those requirements, or if the comments contain profanity.
Son of a...
You son of a...
son of a...
You son of a... Son of a... You son of a...
What happens next is ATF will review the comments and respond to them by type if and when it publishes a final rule. So here's an example as to how that works. If 100 people comment raising the same issue, ATF only has to respond to it one time. So that means submitting a form letter that 10,000 other people have submitted will not add to the opposition. The more issues that you guys spot and comment on means ATF has to do more work to justify the regulatory change. Think of it like a shotgun approach. You want to have a wide variety of issues that are covered so that they have to work to try to ban these. Equally important is that anything not raised during this notice and comment period will not be able to be utilized in any lawsuit if ATF actually moves forward with a final rule. So if the argument isn't made now, it can't be made later. So please, join us in opposing this proposed rule and overreach of the executive branch. Are you sick of bad information finding its way around the internet? Then you need to share this video. Make sure you hit that like button and get subscribed. If you enjoyed the video, consider supporting us via the links down in the video description. If you're looking for a longer version of the videos we make here on TGC, be sure to check out the Gun Collective podcast on iTunes. And as always, thanks for watching.
The shirts worn in today's video on the Gun Collective have been provided by Patriot Patch. Closed captions have also been brought to you by Patriot Patch Company. Be sure to click the link in the video description to check out all of their great products, including their cleaning mats.